Hi, I'm Kelly and Cass. Welcome to this channel, Stone the Crone. I've just got back from a fantastic few days away up the coast with my fabulous husband. I didn't want to come back. Tell you the truth, did not want to come back. Thoroughly enjoying myself. Anyway, but because I am back and I've been contemplating and thinking while I was away. Oh my god. I don't know if this has actually come to the thoughts of any other TERFs, but here we are and I've been thinking it. And that is, what the hell is the go with these people not wanting to grow up? It's literally Peter Pan syndrome. Literally Peter Pan syndrome. So there was a few things that got me thinking this, and one was this thing that was posted on Twitter, and I couldn't help myself but actually put a little comment on that one. And I don't normally get into any Twitter shit, but I'm normally just a reposter, really, to tell you the truth. But Peter Pan syndrome, right? Like what the fuck? These people don't actually want to be women. They're not interested in being women. They're just not interested in growing up at all. Zero. And there's a few reasons why I think this. First of all, there's a young man who refers to himself as a detransitioner because he's been on estrogen and that type of shit. And look, I don't believe trans is actually a thing, so therefore detrans can't really be a thing. It is those who engage in delusion and those who come back to reality. That's really it. For me, sorry, get as offended as you like. The thing with the Peter Pan thing is this particular person who says they are a detransitioner or a de-illusionist had said that it was the feel of their skin on estrogen that they missed and they really liked. And there's a little bit of an issue that I actually have with this, apart from the fact that it's literally an organophilic thing, right? It's literally an organophilic thing to be rubbing up against yourself and getting that feeling. Now, I don't know, not a lot of you know, but I am really, really happily married, and I adore my husband. And this year we've actually been together, and I am not shitting you, 30 years. This December, my man and I have been together 30 years. I know, honestly, we've just started hanging out, and 2 children, dogs, gardens, chickens, mortgages, and we're still hanging out. So I'm absolutely blessed beyond compare to get my head around the fact that we are coming up to 30 years of hanging out. That's not 30 years of marriage. We did have 6 lovely years hanging out together before the spawn came along. Now, the thing is, that's a thing. That's a thing that had this particular person this de-illusionist, had they literally found a decent woman, if they're that way inclined, not every man is that way inclined, but it sounds like he actually is that way inclined, that he's either bisexual or a heterosexual man. And had they had found a partner, then that would have been something that they really loved about their female partner, the feel of their skin and that connection to sharing that intimacy with each other. And as a heterosexual woman myself, and let's go right there, I am super straight, totally super straight. So I love the smell of my husband, even when he's sweaty. And I know there's a lot of people that'll be like, ugh. But for me, that was one of the most dominant things about him. I mean, he's a very good looking man, yes, but there is something like I couldn't get enough of. It's like literally catnip, you know? Like, as a young girl, I would want to roll around on a shirt that he has worn, you know, if he went back home and before we were living together, you know, like if he'd left a shirt at my place. It was literally like catnip, you know? And I don't make any apologies for that. But I do think after sort of contemplating this, there's a really Peter Pan syndrome here going on. And the thing with there's some really good things that you can read and look at about Peter Pan syndrome. So it's literally the theory that men don't want to grow up. They literally don't. And I think this whole trans thing and this whole IDing as something that you're not fits in that category. And it also fits into the category of narcissistic behaviour quite a lot, in my opinion. So just go with me on this. And I'm a little bit scattered with thoughts, as I just said. I just got back from a holiday and I'd rather be up there. But here's the thing, right? So Peter Pan from Neverland doesn't exist. And he is like the king of the lost boys. Again, they don't exist. So there's this believing and engaging in a realm that's unattainable for them. You know, the other people in Peter Pan, of course, are the pirates. And the pirates are... There is a theory that the pirates are the lost boys that ran away, that understood that they were missing part of themselves by not being a man. So the pirate crew, they wanted to drink, they wanted to smoke, they wanted to engage in what they deemed like stereotypical masculine behaviour or stereotypical manly behaviour, where the lost boys themselves don't do that. You've got Wendy, who literally is a symbol of woman, not child, but woman. She's a very mature young lady, but she knows what it means to be a woman moving forward in puberty. She already looks after her younger siblings as the mother. She hasn't fully developed yet, but she's the mother, and she knows that Neverland's not right for her. She can never be a lost boy. I mean, they're called the Lost Boys. She ain't fucking welcome. Straight up, Wendy's not welcome. A little tidbit, just out of facts here. A lot of people don't know the name Wendy for a woman did not exist until Peter Pan. It was actually a name made for the story and has then moved on to being a name that women get called. But before then, Wendy wasn't a name for women. Just a little tidbit for you. So, Peter Pan doesn't want to grow up. He just wants to be in his little world of delusion for the rest of his life and bring others into him, groom others into it. That's a big thing. Like, he is literally the Pan, the Piper, the Pied Piper, grooming young people into their demise by not engaging with reality. This particular Twitter thing that I came across was literally a person, a man who thinks he's some sort of fucking woman, which he obviously isn't. And it was in regards to some middle-aged ladies and older dancing, and they're like, oh, if this is what a biological woman is, that they want no part of it. Well, mate, you never will. It's not for you. Peter Pan. So you get to be no part of that. Like, it's not for you. So the thing is that they want to call themselves a woman, but they're no such sort of type of woman because they don't even want to grow into what a woman is. They just have this whole ideology of an expectation of what they believe it is, and they have never, ever, ever grabbed hold of basically Wendy and understood that Wendy was never a lost boy. And they're running around Neverland thinking that their delusion is actually fact and is actually the real world, when that ain't the case. It's totally not the case. You're delusional. Totally delusional. So, here's the thing. So you've got Wendy, who represents woman. You've got Peter Pan, who represents literally a little narcissistic twat who does not want to grow up, and he thinks he's got this all fucking sorted out, and he has not. He has not. He totally has not. You've got Hook, the pirate, who literally is being chased around by a reptile figure, the crocodile with the clock in its mouth, and the crocodile actually has a piece of him. So that indicates the moving through time, that aging is inevitable for all of us. Now, here's a really interesting little piece, is let's talk about Tinkerbell. Now, the thing with Tinkerbell is this. Tinkerbell literally is like a representation of porn, right? Like, it's she's over-sexualized in her nature, and she fucking hates Wendy. She hates Wendy. Go back and watch Peter Pan. She hates Wendy, and she will do everything she can to keep Wendy separated from Pan in every way. So, you've got Wendy representing what is a woman, and understanding that maturity, we move on, we grow in ourselves, and you know, she's attracted to Pan. She actually doesn't want to go to Neverland. This is not something she wants. She wants Pan to come and live in the real world. To despite his delusion, understand the beauty that comes from engaging in the softness of woman. This artificial hormones, are you fucking shitting me? You know, this delusionist going, oh, that was like the best thing is when I was so, what? When you were so soft? Come on. Get off your computer, off the internet, and find a human. Find that beauty that is not completely unattainable in another person, and appreciate that is, you know. Tinkerbell, like, she literally runs around the whole time trying to keep Wendy and Pan away. Tinkerbell is literally, are you ready, the representation of porn and the porn industry. She's an unattainable delusion. She does not actually exist. Wendy is the one that exists. Wendy is the one in the real world. These people do not want to be women. They don't want to be any kind of women. They're suffering with a really bad case of Peter Pan syndrome. That is all. They can't be a woman because they don't know what the woman experience is, so they're making it up as they go along. And we are supposed to all throw our shit in as Wendy, give up on the idea of growing into from a girl to a woman, and then come back out the other side as fucking Tinkerbell, like as a representation of a nasty little fairy, which is just the Tinkerbell is the incarnation of being over-sexualized as a woman. And you've got the two there. You've got Pan and his decision to find a woman and grow but instead He wants to battle age. He wants to battle the pirates. He wants to battle and keep these boys. He's a groomer. He's the Pied Piper, like I said, playing the panpipe and drawing more in. Wendy being the manifestation of woman herself, taking and stepping forward into her divinity and stepping forward into her place as a woman. You've got Tinkerbell, who's literally a symbol of over-sexualization of women, an unattainable imagination, a figment of Pan's imagination. And you've got the pirates, Hook, and the pirate group, which is literally a manifestation of the older man, the smell of the pirates, the smoking of the pirates, the sun-kissed skin of the pirates, the wrinkles of the pirates, the smell of the man. And these young people avoid that. They want to avoid that like anything. This has got nothing to do with these people wanting to be women or any kind of woman. It has everything to do with them wanting to live forever unattainably as a boy from Neverland. As a boy from Neverland. And that is that they're floofing around in their so-called women face clothes, for what? For something that they're never going to attain. They've literally gone down the slippery slide, and they just keep slipping further and further down the slippery slide to Neverland. And this is just the weirdest, grossest thing, in my opinion. We are going to be dealing with literally men in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and on that have Peter Pan syndrome, that do not or will not fucking grow up. And on that note, I'll love yous for now. I'll talk to yous later. Remember, stay loud, my friends. Any way you can. Be non-apologetic. In it. Stone out.